I've seen that movie. I can probably quote along to that movie like 1,000% the whole way through. I watch it every Christmas with my family because it's amazing. And it's Sandra Bullock at her finest. Oh.
If you love found family trope, drama, comedy, I recommend Ice Age, the best.
Ice Age is good. I've seen Ice Age.
Did you guys see about
now this feels like a personal attack.
Yeah.
I'm Mady.
I'm Carolyn.
And we're Just Some Podcasts.
Oh, I thought you were going to do it with me.
And we're
Just Some Podcasts.
Carolyn, are you on that side of TikTok right now about the $98 pajamas?
No, I'm on the side of TikTok that only talks about the Batman and the Penguin. Because I watched the Penguin this week. What's the 98 pajamas?
So, like, these two women, they're sister-in-laws, and they're both, like, pretty good TikTokers. Like, I follow both. They're like, oh, we're gonna put out these pajamas for everyone to, like, buy for Christmas, for the family. Like, it's gonna be perfect for you and your family, affordable, blah, blah, blah. But, like, it doesn't come with size charts, and there's no return policy, and it's $98 for, like, you know, affordable.
My pajamas are Old Navy Black Friday, so like $5 for the pants and $5 for a shirt, and that's it. That's crazy.
Oh, I got a little Christmas mug.
I've had this Norway mug for 5 years.
Oh, I thought it was Christmas.
Got it in the airport in Norway.
Are you're an airport souvenir person?
Yeah, if I'm in the spirits, in the mood for it, I'll get something. I wanted to buy some smoked salmon, but that probably wouldn't be good for travel.
No, not at all.
No. Today we are sitting down with Theo to talk about some films that inspired him as an actor. We've worked with him quite a few times. He's a cool dude. Theo, I do want to let you know that I watched some of your films this week.
Oh, okay. Which one?
I'd already seen The Dark Knight. Mady and I have talked about The Dark Knight in length throughout our friendship because of how much we love that movie. But I did have a few questions. I feel like I should save them, but I have a few questions for you.
The one I was shocked about, actually, was Gilbert Grape's one.
See, that one's crazy because that one's one of Zach's favorites. He loves that one, and it's like really heartfelt.
Yeah, it's very
like, I would have
sweet.
thought, Mady, that's your favorite.
Yeah, that's like maybe my number one favorite, if not top three. Yeah.
Johnny Depp worked so much. Oh my gosh. I've been watching movies with Ben Hall. Shout out Ben Hall. And every single time we're at his house and he's choosing a movie, it's almost always like young Johnny Depp is just like there in it.
Yeah, he's in so many movies that you probably haven't even heard of.
What movie did I watch? It was a spooky one.
Edward Scissorhands.
No, it was like an earlier spooky movie.
Dark Shadows.
Sweeney Todd.
No. No.
Sweeney Todd's a good
What's the
one.
Headless Horseman movie?
Oh, he's in a horror movie. His first film was
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
Did not see that one.
Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow. That's what it is. That's the film I saw. It was great. I just love him in anything.
I love him. I literally would do anything for him.
Yeah. that escalated.
I love it. That was shocking to Theo. So
I literally would do anything for Johnny Depp.
Or like he's a great actor. What a good actor. Like I do anything.
No,
for
I
him.
would do anything.
Maddie's like, does he need to run me over with his car? That's fine. That's totally fine. I get it. No, I totally get it.
No, dude. When that whole court case thing was happening, I watched it all day because I was like, I need to know if he's going to be okay. Because I just love him so much.
I watched the whole thing too because I remember when the allegations came out, and of course I was like, well, that sucks. Slender Man in Hollywood, that sucks. Wah, big surprise. Right? Because they all suck. And that was a bummer. I was really sad. I was like, oh great, okay. And then, a few years later it comes out, oh hey, she's actually a liar and just the abuser. Oh
yeah, I knew it. I was like, no way could Johnny Depp do that.
Adam Driver is who I would do anything for. Unfortunately, he's been in only bad movies for the last 5 years.
I know, poor guy.
Moment of silence for Adam Driver and his agent.
There's no moment of silence for anybody who gets to choose any film they want to be in.
Yeah, he got to be in Megalopolis, and that was so good. So
is that? I haven't seen that one. When did that? Is that recent?
No, it just came out. It was really bad.
Oh shit.
Well, okay. So here's the thing. Okay, we have the director of The Godfather. Okay, so everyone's expecting it to be good. But the process in which this film got made is so insane that I'm like, how did anyone think this movie was going to be good? He shot this script, okay, for 30 years, which is insane when you have the amount of weight you have as a director that he has. So the fact that he couldn't make anyone to make it, even though it was him, is crazy. The movie is about all of Rome, or the rise of Rome, one of the two. But it's in a modern telling. So it's just very strange. And the screenplay itself is very, unfortunately, terrible. But he was also in... Did you watch House of Gucci? He's in that. I haven't enjoyed anything that he's been in the last, like, probably the last films I've seen him in, I did not enjoy.
Ferrari was really good. I liked Ferrari.
I did not see Ferrari. Oh, gotta watch Ferrari. What was else? Wasn't he in The Green Knight, too? He was in The Green Knight.
I have no idea.
I don't know what The Green Knight is.
Oh... It was one I could not watch because the character he played was so like cruel and terrible, and I was like,
Have you guys seen or are you going to see Small Things Like These with Cillian Murphy? It just came out like last week with the Oppenheimer actor Cillian Murphy, who's one of my favorite actors.
I did enjoy Oppenheimer.
I do love Cillian Murphy.
You're a Peaky Blinder
my God.
aren't you?
I am too. Don't you dare speak bad about that because I love Peaky Blinders.
I'm not speaking bad. I just was guessing. Oh, it's based on a book. Oh my gosh, yes. I did see it. This looked really good. I would love to actually read this book too. I've not seen it, but I've seen I've seen the trailer for it and it looked so good.
Matt Damon and Ben Affleck produced it.
That's
I love Matt Damon.
Ben Affleck's been through the ringer. Speaking of other celebrities, if you care about what they're dating.
Such a gossiper, Carolyn.
I love it, dude. Their lives are so interesting. I'm like, oh, you have so much money and you're miserable. And that's all of them. Okay, sorry, go ahead, Maddie.
I am seeing Red Ones today.
Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna lie, I've heard that it is garbage.
I'm going against my will. Because the kids want to see it. So we're gonna go we're seeing it with Parker, not all the kids. We're just seeing it with Parker. So
I'm not gonna lie, there's been very rare moments when I've actually agreed with critics though. Like if they're like the movie's bad, I'm like I laughed. So I had a great time. What's the problem?
Well, Chris Evans is in it, and that's really the only reason why I'm going.
Chris Evans, and he's probably going to be wearing a sweater, dude.
I love Chris Evans. That's another actor
Chris
I would do anything
in a
for.
Sweater? Okay.
That's another actor I would do anything for.
We should just title this episode "Actors Who Would Do Anything For," featuring Theo.
No, I literally would do it. I would do anything.
Oh, Chris Evans is a sweetheart.
Yeah, and he got put through the ringer a little bit ago because some crazy fans were like, oh, he's dating like a 20-something-year-old and he's like the 30s, whatever. And they were saying how, he shouldn't marry someone so young. And I'm like, girl, you're in your 20s and you just posted a video about how much you love him and want to marry him. Like, you can't be mad that it's not you. Like, what the frick are you talking about? I hope he's happy.
I'm sure he is.
Theo, who's an actor that you would do anything for?
Yeah. Yeah, come on. Theo exposed.
Dead or alive? Or did they have to be alive?
You would do anything for them. So
yeah, you would bring them back to life if you could.
You would bring them back to life.
It's gonna be Robert De Niro.
De Niro's alive, Carolyn.
He's alive, Carolyn.
No, I know he's alive, but I already guessed it before we went into this dead or alive thing, okay?
No, I'm gonna say it's Marlon Brando.
Oh, okay.
Marlon
Brando.
Was he in, I'm Googling him, okay?
He's in the one of the films that I put on the list.
Yeah, the Streetcar Named Desire. Of course, yes. He's also in Superman? Who was he in Superman?
He was a very small part in the original Superman with.
I love that Superman movie.
With Reeves.
The Godfather. He was in The Godfather.
Guys, I can't believe he died. I can't believe Superman died. I know this is old news, okay? He died a while ago. But that 1970 Superman, dude, I don't care what anyone says. Nothing can beat that one.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh my gosh, in About a Time. Not About a Time is the new one, but though there's a movie, what is it called? Somewhere in Time, which is also amazing, and it has the guy from Superman, okay? And it's amazing, and it's a love story, and it's tragic, and it's from the 80s.
Oh, I don't want to watch that. Tragic? I hear the word tragic, and I can't.
Maddie, it is literally right up your alley. Maybe when you visit, Maddie will watch Somewhere in Time, because it is a time traveler romance. It's literally like all that you love. So good. What is Theo's thoughts on time traveler romance?
They're good. It's entertaining. It's nice. It's not my niche.
Favorite trope.
Not my niche, but
What's your favorite romance trope, Theo?
My favorite romance trope? Ooh.
Or any trope.
No.
Are you a romance person? Romance guy?
Yeah.
Yeah, he claims it, but yet I see his top 5 favorite movies, and interesting. So tell me about your favorite romance trope, Theo.
I don't know if I have a favorite. I mean, I'm open-minded to any trope that comes my way, and I accept it.
Theo trying so hard not to get canceled on this podcast and to have 6 viewers is absolutely insane. He was like, I have no solid opinion on anything. Everything is okay. Anything is fine. Don't worry about it.
What's your favorite trope?
Grumpy versus Sunshine.
My favorite romance trope.
And Meets the Lovers. Slow burn romance. Age gap romance.
Don't love age gap. Don't love slow. Well, I do love slow burn.
I like age gap if it's done correctly. Like, it can't be like 20 years apart.
Age gap gets fishy because then we have Edward and Bella and it's 1700 years.
That's okay.
That's fine because it was Robert Pattinson, so no one's upset. Theo answer, I like all of them. All of them are fine. Forced proximity. That's my favorite romance trope. Speaking of forced proximity, did you or did you not watch while you were sleeping, Theo?
No, you know what? And I'll tell you why I didn't. I'll tell you why.
He didn't want to.
So I
did not have Robert DeNiro starring in it.
Yes, but and because when you texted me to watch it, I actually have no excuse. Yeah, you texted me quite a few days ago.
You're like, I was shooting a film.
I looked on 3 different platforms. Wasn't on any of the 3. And then I just decided not to Google it because I was like, okay, it's probably not on any that I have on my TV.
Theo, I would have sent you the $4.99.
And then but then I Googled it literally last night before I went to sleep. Just curious. I'm like, maybe it's on like one of those off platforms and it's on Paramount Plus, and I didn't check Paramount Plus, and I have Paramount Plus. So I'm gonna watch it.
You should. Wait, it's on Disney Plus.
Theo, we're gonna watch it side by side while we conduct this interview.
Oh my gosh.
We'll just make this a screening for while you were sleeping.
This is actually a screening.
There you go.
Yeah, and for our audio listeners, you're just gonna listen to the audio while you were sleeping. So, While You're Sleeping is the best movie of all time, which is unfortunate that Theo hasn't seen it.
Are you forgetting Ice Age?
Okay, sorry. Best live action film ever made. There you go.
There you go.
And I've seen that movie. I can probably quote along to that movie like 1,000% the whole way through. I watch it every Christmas with my family because it's amazing. And it's Sandra Bullock at her finest. Oh.
If you love found family trope, drama, comedy, I recommend Ice Age. The best.
Ice Age is good. I've seen Ice Age.
Did you guys see
now this feels like a personal attack.
Yeah. Have you guys seen the thing that just came out about the saber-toothed tiger that they found?
No, unfortunately not.
Okay, guys, this is interesting. Okay, this is interesting. It has nothing to do with movies at all. Okay,
Perfect.
But they found an encapsulated or like it was like frozen saber-toothed tiger when it was 3 weeks old. Like still has the fur and everything. So they found out so much information about these tigers, and they also have the same of a mammoth. So really all we need is a ground sloth, and we can recreate.
We can make a live
Age.
action Ice Age.
Yes. But you guys should look it up because they made like the whole report like available for everyone, and I read it, and it's actually really interesting.
Cool.
Theo, I have a question.
History's crazy.
History is crazy.
When was the last time that you watched Taxi Driver?
Oh, wow. A year and a half ago.
No further questions.
Carolyn has some thoughts.
No, I don't.
No, ask me. Ask me. I'd love to talk about Taxi Driver.
Just say that.
So I watched Taxi Driver last night.
Oh, you did?
Was I supposed to watch it a week ago when you sent me them? Yeah, but I watched it last night at like midnight.
He didn't watch while you were sleeping last night, so it's okay.
Yeah, sometimes I feel betrayed, stabbed in the back. But that's okay. We don't have to talk about that. But I did. I watched it last night. It's so funny. Zach got home and he's like, "What are you watching?" And I'm like, "Taxi Driver." And he's like, "Dude, I wanted to watch this." And I'm like, "Okay, I had to watch it. I have homework, dude. Watch the whole thing."
What did you think?
So, no. Well,
she strongly dislikes it.
Here's I looked up the reviews of Taxi Driver. Okay, it has a 94 on Metascore. Did incredibly well. I think we all know that. I just, if I was alive during the time, I would know more about it. But it has really good reviews. And I had lots of questions, and I was wondering if people felt the same way I did. So I went to the site of the People Reddit to see what people on Reddit thought about Taxi Driver. Because I was like, it's one thing to understand the time period that came out and why people loved it so much during the time that it came out. It makes a lot of sense. Came out in 1976. And people of Reddit were like, well, people don't like it anymore because of woke. And I'm like, first of all, no, that's not the case. Because if you've seen the movie, if you could understand complex concepts, that's not, no, incorrect. And then I kept reading, and people were like, I was really slow. I'm like, okay, so it came out in the 70s, so like it was a completely different format for films at that time. And I think people misunderstand what it's about now. The main guy, who's played by Robert DeNiro, is not supposed to be the good guy. Like, that's very clear. And I think people think that he's supposed to be the good guy, and then they're like, I can't believe they're pushing this. No, they're not. He's not a good guy. And in fact, the director, Martin Scorsese, says that this is his feminist film because the guy is not a good guy. Of course, and then you have the stuff with Iris, and then he's like a good guy for a second, but I don't know. Theo, it's still marinating in my brain. Okay? Did I enjoy it? No. Unfortunately, I did not enjoy the film.
Oh, no.
But it's not because I can understand why it's...
No, she just hates you, Theo.
The cinematography in that film is very intentional and very good. And I really enjoyed that a lot. There's a lot of shots where they specifically don't show the main character, and that's on purpose. There's like a lot of film reasons why it's really good. Like, this is definitely a film I would have watched for my film classes in college. When was the first time you saw this movie? What made it become one of your favorites?
Well, I saw it for the first time, I believe 4 years ago, give or take, and it just immediately stuck with me the first time that I saw it. It's not a film that I needed to, revisit years later in order to really appreciate it and then give it a deeper thought upon the second time viewing it, or having it be brought up in conversation and then really appreciating it. No, like the first time that I saw it, I quickly realized this was like a brilliant piece of film. And one of the main things for me was just, I mean, you guys know already that I love psychology, and I think it's a brilliant depiction of, and timeless for that matter. I know that it takes place, was it the 80s, the 70s?
Yeah, 76. I think it's supposed to be set in modern day.
Yes.
And it came out in 76.
I know that it takes place in 76, but the ramifications of the protagonist or antagonist, as you said, that can resonate with people today in 2024, just in terms of loneliness and what that can do to your brain, not being properly educated in culture, in society, not really knowing how to function, how to operate, being kind of trapped in this bubble, and what your imagination can do and how it can create different scenarios based on what you want to happen or what you think is happening. And I think that Scorsese's vision for this was brilliant, showing a taxi driver how he's got the same routine every single day. He's in this time period where it's kind of just mundane stuff that ticks his boat, and then suddenly he meets this girl by chance, or he sees her and pursues her, and at first you're kind of watching it and you're like, oh, this, what's gonna happen? Oh, is he gonna fall in love? Is that what it's gonna be about? And then quickly it just takes this turn that I'm like, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting this relationship to not go well. I felt bad for the guy because when he brought her to a porn cinema, he thought he was doing something romantic. Like, he just, and that brings me back to the education, what I was talking about, how he just didn't know that that's not what you do. They didn't have social media, they didn't have cell phones back then, they didn't have, if you didn't go to a university or whatever, or if you didn't have parents who taught you these things growing up, or a good friend group to know cultural do's and don'ts, just basics. These are things that just you don't just learn as you get older. I mean, you need to be around it and learn it as you grow up. So as DeNiro gets to, what is he, in his 30s, mid to late 30s in this film, probably early to mid 30s. He
is 26 in this movie.
He's 26. Okay, let's say late 20s. He gets to this point where he's a grown ass man but has no bearing of how to act with a girl, no bearing of what's appropriate, what's not. And in a way, it's like, if nobody teaches you, if you don't get the proper education for it, you can go 40, 50 years of your life without understanding how to do some basic things. Like you watch it and you're like, did he do it on purpose? Is he sick? Why would he take her there? And why is he so shocked that she's so offended by this? And he's like, no, I'm doing something for you. I'm doing, to us, it obviously seems ridiculous. Like, that's very vulgar. Why would you take a girl on a second date, I think it was, to this cinema or whatever? But to him, it's like it ticks some fucking box, and he just like spirals, and he can't understand why. And then he pursues her again, and in his mind, he's like, well, okay, she doesn't, that pissed her off, but it shouldn't be enough for her to not give me another chance. I could just at least explain myself. But to her, that was it. She was like, I'm done with this guy. He's weird. He's not for me. And he can't fathom that she would not want to give him another chance. And so this kind of leads to this manifestation of a string of strange thoughts going on, and it leads to him bettering himself in some way. Like I guess he starts training more, he starts focusing more, he starts dialing in more, he starts focusing on himself, and you're like, okay, where is this going to go? And then it eventually leads to him trying to kill the politician, I believe it was.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, oh shit,
I think it's a really good social commentary on isolation and loneliness,
yes,
specifically in men, and what that can do to you mentally. But I think for me, and I can appreciate that, and I can appreciate the art in the film and how the film's done. It's just really done really well. But for me, the movies that I enjoy are social commentaries on what we could be. It's also, unfortunately, grounded in reality. And the screen, because I did a ton of research on the film right after I watched it, because I always do that, because I deep dive and I'm like, how did they do all this? Why did they write it like this? How did they make it like this? And the screenwriter who wrote the film, he based it on his own personal experience with being really lonely in LA. And you can definitely tell, like, you can feel that. I did have a question for you regarding this film, because a lot of people have compared the Joker to it. I have not seen the Joker, so like the newest Joker film, not the second one, but the first one. He's also very cute in this movie, in Taxi Driver.
He's always cute.
Until he goes insane, then it's a little less cute. But but he is cute. No, but I do understand. Like, I totally get why people enjoy this film. Dark reality films just make me depressed for the world, so I don't usually love them.
I do think that people underestimate the amount of truth there is in that psychological and mental deterioration. But it's like, of course, not to that extreme in most cases, in almost all cases, but in terms of being lonely in a big city, not having a way to connect with people, you can only talk to people who are fellow taxi drivers, where they all have this diner where they meet. It can be, you don't have family, you don't have whatever. You could start thinking up loads of different things, and I don't mean assassination plots, but like stuff about your own life. Like, oh, what the fuck am I doing? Should I even be in this city? Am I, how do you find meaning for yourself? And I think that resonates. I think that's timeless, and I think I don't think that's ever going to change. I think people will have periods of time where they're going to not be lonely, and they might not resonate with it. They might forget what that's like. Of course, this is not exclusive to men, but I think at least the men that I've spoken with, they find it a little harder to connect with other guys. And I think in the city especially, they don't, they're a little awkward, meeting other guys, and then they're like, should we hang out? Should we not? And you end up not doing anything. And the girlfriends that I have, it's more natural for them to, I think, at least the ones that I know, to not be scared to hang out and to connect with each other and to talk about their stuff. And they don't need to distance themselves at the slightest conflict or disagreement, as opposed to men who are just like, I think, are more brash with certain things and will, and can try to take that weight of the world thinking that that's what's needed and this, and then it just fucks you up mentally. And it could just lead to many different things. It could lead to just questioning your meaning in like, what the hell am I doing? Am I on the right career path? Are my hobbies good? Am I bettering myself? Am I like, I think a lot of these things are very, very tough and timeless issues for men and for everybody. It's not just exclusive to men.
But I do think it's a really good movie in representing like men's mental health, because I know that's not something that's super seriously. And movies like this are important for that.
Just a horrible string of events that ultimately in the end is like, in some twisted way seen as like a self-empowerment thing. Of course, that's where the pushback comes on it. It's like you can't be empowering that stuff. But if people look past the movie effects of it and the murder and the killing the talk show host and the killing the taxi driver trying to kill the politician. I forget if he actually killed him or not. I mean, I don't think so. No, just the attempt on his life. If people just look past that and the people who connect with it and who see it for like the deeper meaning in it, they see that it's more of like okay, they don't give a shit about me. They don't care about me. They don't care about me. I need to take matters into my own hands.
But it was really well done. I need to say who wrote the movie because I talked about it and I didn't say their name. It was written by Paul Schrader. That's who wrote it. But yeah, Impending Doom, movies that are based in reality can be. I watched Civil War by A24. I don't know if you saw that one, Theo.
Yes, I did.
Oh my gosh. I think I cried over that movie for like a week.
Mm.
I was like, that's some bleak stuff, dude.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah.
It's so well done. It's such a good perspective on what could happen. But man, I was like...
Yeah, that's horrifying.
Thanks,
that's
guys.
absolutely horrifying.
Thanks, everyone. That's scarier than any horror movie I've ever seen. Thank you, guys. Don't know if you saw it, Maddie. I don't think you would like it one bit. I'm not gonna lie to you.
No, I like thrillers. It's just because now I'm just like in the mind of thrillers. Well, it's not a thriller, is it technically? The 3 Billboards Outside of Ebbing, Missouri.
Oh yeah, the true crime one.
Yeah, true crime. Okay, yeah.
No, that counts, dude. Definitely counts. I'll watch any Liam Neeson thriller. That'll tell you how much I care if the movie's good or not. Okay, I'll watch any of them. Liam Neeson's daughter's taken,
dude.
I'm there. Liam Neeson on a plane, I'll watch it. Liam Neeson in the train, I got it. I'm watching it right now. I don't care. It was great. I'm entertained. I'm strapped to my seat. I'm like, what's gonna happen? Even though it's the same ending every single film, I don't care. I'd do anything for him, dude. Anytime I think of Liam Neeson, I just think about his wife. That I was like,
I can't. No, because I know if you bring up the Pant Trap, I literally cannot talk about it because I know exactly what you're going to talk about. I love her so
much. I would do anything for her. I'll bring her back.
And I can't, like, it makes me so sad. Do you know anything about that, his wife, Theo?
No.
Theo, get ready to be depressed. Dude.
Okay, so Liam Neeson, he was married to this woman. I can't remember her name right now.
I'll find
She
it,
was the mom in the Parent Trap.
Is yelling it in the car right now. She's like,
I know. Catherine, I'm so sorry.
I'm finding it, Mom. Don't worry.
So she was involved in a terrible ski accident to where I think it gave her a brain bleed, I'm pretty sure. Mm-hmm. And so she passed away, and he was like, I'm never gonna get remarried because like she was my soulmate, and it's so sad. But
Richardson is her name.
Awesome. But what's even sadder is that when her kids miss her, they watch The Parent Trap because her character in that movie is exactly about who she was as a mom, and it's so sad.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so anytime Liam Neeson has like a tragic scene where someone he loved is dead, I'm just like so sad. I love Liam Neeson. He's an actor where if he's in the movie, I'm like, yeah, I'll probably watch it.
Oh, what's that movie he's in, Carolyn? It's a Christmas movie. Love Actually. He was in Love Actually. It's such a good movie.
Yes.
That's a good Christmas movie.
I actually don't know if I've seen Love Actually.
Huh?
I don't think I've seen Love Actually.
There's a dance break in it, Carolyn. You have to watch it. No,
and it has Hugh Grant in it. But it came out in 2003, okay, and this was when I wasn't allowed to watch any movies, so I didn't see it.
It's very true. But it has a great cast. Like Emma Thompson is in it, Colin Firth, Liam Neeson, Hugh Grant, Keira Knightley, Alan Rickman, Andrew Lincoln from Walking Dead, Martin Freeman.
Crazy. Keira Knightley's in it too?
Yeah, dude.
I would do anything.
She plays the love interest. She plays the love interest of Andrew Lincoln.
Theo, are you a Keira Knightley fan?
Am I a Keira Knightley fan?
Yeah.
If you're not, you have to be off this podcast.
Yeah, she's good. She's really good.
He's like, oh, she's terrible. Get me out of here. She's great. She went to the same acting school as Daisy Ridley, and every time I watch Daisy Ridley, I think of Keira Knightley because they have very similar acting styles.
What school did they go to?
Oh my gosh, don't put me in the spot, dude. I have to look it up again.
No, you should know this, Carolyn. How do you not know this?
I know.
Hugh Grant is in a movie right now in theaters, Heretic. If you've seen it.
That looks really good too.
Yeah, it's on
No, the last movie I saw in theaters was Ballad of Songbirds.
Nice. I saw the Wonka film. That was the last one I saw. Yeah, that was last February, I think.
I'm sorry, I just didn't know that anyone saw the Wonka film in theaters.
Yeah.
I know it didn't do well, so I was just like, so imagine Theo being like, I cannot wait. When I was looking up the movies you sent me, because I was trying to find them on streaming, I downloaded a new streaming app just to watch these movies. I want you to know that, okay? and I'm like looking up.
She's committed.
And they're all like 3 hours long. I'm like, how am I supposed to watch all these in one night? They're all 3 hours long.
What else did you see out of the list I sent?
That was it. It was Taxi Driver, and then I was like sitting after the movie's done, just like
you need to decompress.
I was like, I need to watch something happy right now. I'm putting on Teen Titans animated series from 2003 to decompress from this. But yeah, I haven't watched the other ones yet. I was definitely like, oh, these are fun. I'm trying to
Yeah, when Carolyn sent me the list, I was like, I don't know any of these movies except for
The Dark Knight.
I know The Dark Knight, and I know Gilbert Grapes, but I haven't seen that movie since I was like, I remember seeing it with my cousin Bradley, so that must have been like 2012 or something like that. I don't know. It's a long time ago. Yeah. Also, when I saw Heat on your list, I immediately thought it was The Heat with Melissa McCarthy and Sandra Bullock, and I was like, really? He loves that movie? That's crazy. I love that movie.
I'm like, no way it's Theo and Marissa McCarthy. Like, that would be the first shock for me. I'd be like,
hey, that's a good movie.
Then you Googled it, and then you saw it was DeNiro and Al Pacino.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was their classic. It was Theo's classic duo.
There you go.
I'm just thinking about Robert De Niro right now, honestly. This episode
He's
is gonna
another
be called
actor that
Robert De
never
Niro.
stopped working.
Yeah, well, he was also in
everything.
Goodfellas. That's a really good movie. Have you seen Goodfellas?
I could have put that on my list as well, but I just... Yeah.
Dude, that movie's so good.
Absolutely it is. Like one of... Yeah. I didn't put it just to... So I didn't like saturate the list with all De Niro, but...
yeah. So you said the actor that you would die for is the guy from Streetcar Named Desire,
Yes,
but it's
yes.
actually De Niro. Let's be real.
Yeah,
it's actually De Niro.
Maybe.
Robert De Niro, he was also in Shark Tale.
I was about to ask you if you think he likes being typecast, but then you brought up his role in Shark Tale where he's a shark. So a little different vibe there.
I'm actually kind of curious. Theo. Do you have like a rom-com that you like?
I love rom-coms. I really like the one...
Name one.
What?
Yeah, name one.
It's like, fuck. What? Yeah.
They're all good. They're all great. They're all fine. I love them all.
Yes, I
Feels
like...
like I don't discriminate against rom-coms.
This is 40.
I love This Is 40.
Name another rom-com.
Okay. What's the one with Bradley Cooper, Ben Affleck? I forget the name of it. He's Just Not That Into You? Is that what it is?
Oh yeah, He's Just Not That Into You.
I really like that one.
That part with the cigarettes. There's like a scene with a cigarette in it, and I'm always like that movie's really hard to watch.
Yeah.
There's
yeah.
so
Have you seen
many
that
good
one?
actors in
Right.
that one. No, I haven't seen it. That's why I keep telling him to keep naming them because I just want to.
Really good. Really good.
There's where He's Not Into You. That one is there's a part in it where she's like waiting at the bar, waiting for him to call her, like waiting for this guy to call her, and she's just like, well, the bartender who ends up being the love interest, he's like, he comes up to her and says, if he wants to call you, he would have called you. If he like wanted to, he would, basically. Like, he's really just not that into you, and you need to accept that fact. And I was like,
yeah, if someone said that to me, I'd be bawling. Thank you.
How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days?
I can't get behind what's his name though. He's not my favorite.
McConaughey?
Besides Interstellar, there's never been something I watched where I was like,
Matthew McConaughey?
yeah,
How do you not
I don't
love
like
Matthew
I don't know,
McConaughey?
he kind of gives me the ick, dude. I wouldn't do anything for him. I'm sorry.
I would do anything for Matthew McConaughey. He was in the Free State of Jones.
Dirt?
Do you need to see Free State of Jones? Because that's it's a war historic film. I would do anything for Matthew McConaughey. I love that man. Yeah, and when there's like a part in it where they all go in to vote. Oh my gosh! Everyone leave me alone. I'm gonna go watch Free State of Jones.
And now we'll listen to the audio of Free State of Jones while we watch it with Theo and Maddie.
I just love those like historic movies because I love history, especially American history. I think it's, I don't know. I love America. What can I say? But I love those movies. I'll watch any of those movies.
Well, if you want to see...
What's that one?
Look at, there's one with Russell Crowe and Heath Ledger from, I believe, the Civil War as well. I forget the name, but if you just search Russell Crowe, Heath Ledger...
Yes. I think I know. I know this
Are you
one because
talking
I
about
watched it.
Brokeback Mountain?
The Patriot.
The Patriot,
Is that one?
yes.
Yes, because there's a part. Oh my gosh!
I
did
think I
watch that
have
movie.
seen The Patriot. I think I have seen this one. What's your favorite Christmas movie, Theo? Which one do you watch every year? It's Die Hard.
Yeah.
It's gonna be Die Hard, dude. He's gonna say Die Hard. Just say Die Hard so we can all move on.
So yeah, there was some snow.
Like, it's
the
a
taxi
wonderful
driver.
Taxi Driver set in the winter time.
Yeah. Yeah. Like Elf. Home Alone. Yes.
Oh my gosh! I was talking to Michelle about this. And it's the episode that just released, and Carolyn hates Home Alone, but I love it. I love Home Alone. My favorite one is Lost in New York. That one's my favorite one. Are you a Grinch guy? You Grinch guy?
The Grinch is good. The Grinch is nice. I appreciate a good Grinch once a year.
Animated or Jim Carrey? This is a real test right now.
You answer wrong, we hang up the call.
Jim Carrey is great, but I'm going to say animated.
Yeah, I have to agree with that one. I can watch the Jim Carrey one once every 5 years. And I'm like, okay, this was good. And if I watch it any more than that, I'm like, this is annoying.
Okay, well, then talk to you next time.
Maddie, Elena texted me listening to the audio. She's like, why do you not introduce your guests at all? They're just there. I'm like, oh. Well, we're just hanging out.
You really are just hanging out.
And then next week
That's so
we'll be
funny.
talking with...
Next week, we are actually going to be discussing our book of the month, Carolyn, December.
Oh, yeah. You have a week to read The Most Wonderful Crime of the Year, if you're interested. It's by Allie Carter. She wrote the film Castle for Christmas, which stars, oh my gosh, the guy from Princess Bride and Brooke Shields.
It's a mystery. Hey, if you like Knives Out, you'll love it.
Yeah, thanks for being here, Theo.
No,
Any
thanks for
final
being
thoughts?
here, Theo.
No, it was just nice chatting about different films and films that you guys like that I haven't seen. So I'm gonna definitely check out your recommendations.
Heck, yes.
Yeah, Theo, you're gonna have to read that so you can listen to the podcast. I think Theo would read 2 pages of it and be like, guys, intellectually, this is not growing. This is not growing anything for you. Bye, guys. Have a
Bye,
great
guys.
day.